unplanned imposition of lockdown has resulted in long-term ill effects.
Namaste. How are you?
Namaste. Yeah, fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very excited about learning from you and getting to know you.
I made a few points on the basis of which I wanted to make my opening remarks. According to me, unplanned imposition of lockdown has resulted in long-term ill effects.
Yeah.
The small and the medium sector and the unorganized sector were heavily hit, resulting in lower middle class and middle class job losses all across. The organized manufacturing sector, like where I work, lost enormous money and cut down workforce. Thankfully, we did not cut down workforce, but there has been news and stories of cutting down workforce. You may be aware that there was a reverse migration from cities to villages with almost no hope of any further employment, stigmatization in villages, starvation, etc. The work from home adopted by technology companies mostly, and also other companies in a hybrid format, resulted in birth of new human anxieties and stresses. And let me tell you, online classes led to a new divide in India, digital and non-digital sections of India. Meanwhile, very sadly, the ruling dispensation in India carried on with undemocratic, non-transparent and obfuscating legislation, and the judiciary and the executive worked in tandem to usher into a new regime of an oligarchy. Authors, to my mind, now have to puncture this holy curtain and expose the nexus through human stories. Look at the pathetic state of medical and paramedical physical infrastructure that we have in India. The stories of COVID warriors and COVID survivors reveal a newer existential crisis. I'm actually examining all this in a new paper to be published by Routledge next year. So these are my opening remarks. I can hear something from you and then can respond.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's been extremely revealing and a very trying time. I think when I use the word revealing, I mean, I don't think we would have all consciously recognized how much of a lack of system we have. You know, even simple things like, I remember when the lockdown first happened, all the Kirana stores, you know, all your regular Kirana stores that used to supply all your essentials, your everyday essentials, shut down because the people that transported the goods from the godowns to the stores had migrated.
True.
And that's just one small example of how we don't have systems. There are so many levels that of infrastructure, amenity, and all of that we really need to examine and put in place. I mean, as an environmentalist, I work a lot with people who manage waste. I work with the municipal corporation. And through them, I keep discovering how there is a mafia, there is an informal sector that is monopolizing areas of, just for example, waste management. And that, of course, leads to enormous issues that we all have to face. And I think what the pandemic and that lockdown, that unplanned, sudden lockdown did, was that it exposed many levels of inefficiency, discrepancy, and lack of system overall, and how that impacts human life. But at the same time, I feel, Sabarna ji, that it also acted as a great opportunity to discover how we make things work despite everything in India. Actually think about it and you realize that despite the lack of system, everything works like clockwork every day. You know, you get what you need. There is so much that we are so used to using in our everyday lives that becomes accessible to us. that a lot of people make possible. So I really hope that this experience gives governments, every state government and of course the central government, the opportunity to thoroughly examine the gaping holes, the loopholes in the systems, and how we can genuinely give every area and aspect that gives life dignity. Yeah, but I really think so, Sabarna ji, that writers will play a very big part in telling these stories. I do hope that while we talk about the lost opportunities, the pain, the misery, and the human crisis, at the same time, we highlight the triumphs of the human spirit and the victories that we have been able to make despite the enormity of the situation. Without hope, what is there?
True.
It was wonderful talking to you. I wish you all the best. Please keep writing. And
thank you so much.
I look forward.
I wish you the same to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to be sending you this mug.
Okay, thank you so much.
Note on. Thank you for joining this conversation. I look forward to reading your paper.
Okay, thank you so much.